a leader's green thumb. Now, if you know me, you know that I cannot stand doing yard work. I cannot stand raking leaves, cutting grass, doing all of the things that go into having a great lawn. Now, some people love it. It is not my thing. However, I do enjoy gardening. There's something about toiling with the soil, planting something and doing something that will allow something to come to fruition that will be healthy and enjoyable for you in the future. There's something about that. Now, as a leader, if you're in a professional position of leadership, a leader of your own life, or maybe an entrepreneur, you are going to have to get a green thumb and know how to care for your good apples, but also weed out the bad apples. Today, I want to share with you how to weed out the bad apples, enhancing your leadership, enhancing the leadership of your people, and being the leader that your organization most needs. Now, so many companies will hire strictly for skill. You have a skill set, you're looking for a skill set, that's what you put out there to the world, and that's what arrives to your life, to your world, and to your organization. So they have all of the skills, but they may not have the personality, the communication skills, the vision, and the attitude that fits your organization, your vision, and your future. Now, of course, there are some skill sets that personality may not matter. That surgery that you're scheduled to have. You care more about that person's skill set than their personality. That bridge you cross every day. You care more about that person's skill set than their personality. But the truth is, in any profession, and especially those professions, although they have a great skill set, they will burn out their team and wear out their welcome if they don't have the personal leadership skills and the leadership skills that matter. Professional athletes have the same thing. They may have a great skill set, but they bounce from team to team because they're a locker room problem, and eventually work their way out and then have a reputation that will last a lifetime. So the first thing with your green thumb is being able to bring in great people. Now, maybe you're starting from scratch as a leader and you have the pain and privilege of building your own team. Maybe your team has evolved as your business and organization has grown and evolved. Maybe you've inherited a team and you got some great apples and you got some other apples. The first thing you want to do is be able to bring in great people. And when I hired people, of course you want them to have a great skill set. What I looked at was what I call vacuum eyes. The way a person looked at me, and you can see them soaking in information. You can see the vision, the passion, and the drive that they not only have for themselves, but were willing to give to you, to the team, and to the organization, propelling you forward more than you could by yourself. I call that the inspired and motivated. You want to bring in as many as those as possible, and then be willing to teach your specifics. I didn't care so much of what they knew. I cared more about who they were, where they were going, and then adding what I needed them to know. Great if they have both, but wasn't always imperative. Here's some great questions to ask when you bring in new people. What's your vision for yourself professionally? What's your dream? It's important for you to know that so you have the ability to provide it if possible. What's their vision and their dream for their lives personally? It's important for you to know that, and also important for them to know that. Ask this powerful question. When was a time they took a butt kicking from their leader, from a boss? What was that leader upset with? How did they understand their leader being frustrated? And how did they respond? Well, that says a lot about personality. That says a lot about maturity, personal leadership, and leadership. Here's another great question. A coworker and coworker are having issues. This coworker comes and starts talking to you about it and gossiping and letting you know. What do you do about that? What would you have done about that? What have you done about that? You're going to learn a lot from their answer. If they give you a great answer, awesome. If they don't, share with you your vision, your expectations, your standards, your rules, Because if you don't share, they don't know. Perhaps they come along with your organization. Now they know what to do. Maybe they don't, but now they have a great answer to take with them to another organization and become a rock star there. You never know when paths will cross again. Very important, as you as a leader with your green thumb, to share your vision. To know where you want to go. What's the expectation? What does success look like around here? And then what are the standards and the rules that make the expectations happen and the vision happen? If you don't know, how are they supposed to? If you don't share, how are they supposed to? And that leads us in to the bad apples. Now let me be clear. A bad apple doesn't mean they're a bad person. It rather means that they're an ill fit for your vision, your expectations, your standards, and your rules. And sometimes we have to be able to let and give options to this bad apple so they can become a good apple somewhere else where they will fit the vision, the standard, the expectations, and the rules. And that's not a bad thing. That's a great and fair thing for them in their life and your organization. So when you have some bad apples, people that are just not getting a fit with your organization, your life, your lifestyle, share with them your vision. Where are things going? Where you want them to go? What are some expectations that you have for them and the organization? And what are the standards? And what are the rules? Now they have a decision to make. The ball is in their court. They can either get on board, and that's great, or not, and that's great as well. But at least now we know. As a leader, if you're not consistent and you are not prepared to follow through with your vision, your expectations, standards, and rules, and have consequences about them, guess who's watching? The inspired and motivated. And the worst thing that you can do is let the bad apple stay bad and burn out and bore out your inspired and motivated due to their lack of respect for your leadership. Because this is how you get your green thumb. This is how you start to weed out bad apples and rise the number of the good apples in your bunch. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope that this resonated with you and enhanced your leadership, work-life harmony, and theirs as well for your team. If you like this, you're going to like everything at youevolvingnow.com. YOU evolvingnow.com. And I look forward to being of value and impact in your organization, for your leaders, your employees, teams, and more. Guys, take care and enjoy your evolution.